Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a good day today. Today was a lot better than yesterday. Um, had a lot of fun, not a whole lot of stress. Um, just a typical day in the markets for me. I didn't have a lot on watch. Actually, my scan had one come up, which was a buyout. So I had to go to the regular gapper scan, and DSW was the best that I saw. I didn't like BBY because of the levels that it eventually pushed through, but I didn't like all of the traffic it had, so I didn't put it on my watch. DSW was the only one that looked like it had an opportunity to give me some decent profit. And the way I trade, if you haven't noticed, um, I'm looking for base hits, and sometimes base hits turn into home runs, and that's great. But if you haven't seen the movie Moneyball, you can check it out. And that's kind of the philosophy I brought over to my trading. Now, I'm only looking for base hits. And I know if I get on base, if I'm in the trade and I get to my first profit target, I'm on first base. It can always make it to another profit target. I can get to second base, third base, maybe able to make it home. But that's the philosophy that I employ, and it's worked well. I can't think of anything else working any better than what I've been doing. So I'm going to continue to do that. Continue to stick to my stops and reading my technical levels because that tells you the whole story. There's just no two ways about it. So we're going to get into my trades for today. Like I said, DSW was on my watch, and I was watching it pre-market. I have it by 9 o'clock. My watch list is done, and I'm watching it pre-market. And I almost took it short here because it was failing this level. It held its support here, and then this level seemed like it was rejecting. So I almost got short here. I had an order ready to go and was wanting to get short here at 1985. And as a matter of fact, the one I clicked here was the same order I had ready, pre-market. So I went ahead and it pushed up to the 20 and it pulled back in. So I went ahead and clicked my order. Got filled right here at 1975. I know this is a lot quicker than I normally trade, but this was making a move pre-market. And what I've found is if I can, um, track these pre-market and, get a good feel for them, then I'm not nervous taking them out of the gate. I'm pretty confident in this level here because I had this 1980 daily level, I had the 20 moving in, and this upper deviation band was pulling in pretty hard. So I had a lot up here to go ahead and take the trade. If it didn't push VWAP, I knew it couldn't go much further. There was a good chance that it wouldn't go much further. So eventually I would get the move down. So I did take it here, and had a little nervous twitch cover right here at just under the VWAP. So that kind of took away, any chance that I might have later on for, to hold it. But I really shouldn't have taken it here. I should have waited till I got to my 2-to-1 on risk reward. Well, this was already 2-to-1, but I was looking for 3 or 4-to-1. I wanted to split this trade in half on my first cover. But oftentimes emotion gets in the way, and it's probably because I'm trading with more share sizes. Anytime I get to 2,000, 2,500 shares, I get a little emotional. My emotions kind of get the best of me sometimes, and I just want to book profits quick. So I just took 500 shares off here. And once it got down here to right around, it was 1930, I took another 500 off. And I was going to save, the bulk of it to take off on this level here, 1913, and then leave a quarter on to see if we get this 1865 level. Well, when it got down here, I went ahead and took it off. I took 1,000 shares off here, and it left me with 500 left to see if we were going to get this fade. So it pushed up, and my stop was going to be a close above VWAP. I wasn't going to let it go to break even because I really didn't think it made sense for it to me to let it go. But now in hindsight, I see what happened. That was the move to make. I should have kept it at break even, let it test this level again, and possibly add back and catch the fade down. And that's exactly what happened. But I'm okay with this because my plan was not to hold it to break even. My plan was if it lost this level or closed above it and confirmed, to get out of the trade. And I executed my plan, made 900 bucks, and time to move on to the next trade. But I didn't get mad, didn't get upset, because it did this. I stuck to my plan, and that's what you have to do. You can't start second guessing yourself and overthink. Had I gone in and said my stop's going to be break even now, then yeah, I would have caught this move down. I would have added back and, taken some more off here and waited for the move down and, would have gotten it. But that's fine. I think some people in chat did that, so they did a good job holding out and catching that move. Netflix was the second trade I took, and it wasn't on my watch, but the chart was still up from yesterday. Now, I only had one ticker on my watch, so the charts from yesterday were still up on my other monitors. And, I was watching this. Hold on, that's the wrong day. That's yesterday. Sorry. All right, now I was watching this, and I was waiting for it to pull back the VWAP. I think some people in chat were already in this. They were taking it to the long side. But I wanted to wait for a retest of VWAP and a hold. And then I felt, we could get a nice move up. So I waited, got in right here at 97.25. Just a little bit late, but that's where I could get filled. I tried here on the 9. I tried, all the way from 97.15, and I got filled at 25. And Sure Trader seems to be a little slow filling sometimes now. Don't know why. Maybe if they don't have any in their inventory, they have to send the order out and it takes time for it to go out. But, I didn't really get the entry that I wanted, but it was okay. And covered up here, right here at 51. Took some off here. Took some more off here at 97.90. Tried to get filled close to 98, but 97.95, and had an order out at 98 at the time, but got filled at 97.90. And then the rest I was going to wait because I wanted to get a point on it. And I put out an order here at 98.25 and kind of waited around. It came close here, and then finally on this candle it hit. And I was out. That was my plan. My plan wasn't to hold it to see how far up it'll go or how much. My plan was to go ahead and get a point out of it and move on, because I saw the upper deviation band was up here, and you really don't know when this thing is going to flatten out. And then once it flattens out, that means the move is dead. So, I kind of kept all that into, in the back of my mind when I took this. So this was a nice trade. The next one was later on in the day. I saw it make this high here, and then it pulled back. And once it lost the 9 here, I started watching it, because I felt if it lost to 20, we're going to have a late day fade down to VWAP. And on top of that, you had people that were long in this, that most of the time these guys that are long are going to cover at the 9 or the 20 or whatever. And I was expecting, when this thing lost to 20, that a lot of people were going to cover going into the end of the day. They were going to sell their positions, their long positions, which was going to help drive the stock down. And I guess they hung on for a little while, and then eventually we got some good buying volume. And I think they started covering here. But I didn't call this one. I didn't put this one on the announcements tab, because, Mike was trading it. He was still long. And I figured his stop was going to be here on the 20. This is where most professional traders who know what they're doing, they're going to place their stops, not so much on the technical level, but a little bit below it. Because if you're going to stop out here, you're going to have, a lot of times this is just going to pull down 10 or 15 cents and then hold the level and then make the move back up. So you're going to want to, give it some time to show you that it's going to lose this level and confirm below it. So I went ahead and got in, right here at 98.60. And ironically, the same time Mike got out, that's when I was getting short. So I don't know if our orders even, came together at that point. But that's where I got short. And it kind of hung around here longer than I anticipated. I was expecting to fade in this candle or this candle, but it never came. But it was respecting these technical levels. It was respecting the 9 and the 20. I based the trade on the 20, and it never pushed above it and reclaimed it. And that's what we're looking for. That's what I'm looking for to tell me that this trade plan is dead. If I'm basing it on the 20 and it pushes above it and confirms above it, then I'm going to take it off, just like I did my first trade. So as long as it was up under here, I knew my trade was viable. Got a nice move down here, so I took some profit here at 98.28 and took some more profit here at 97.97, because I didn't know if it was going to bounce and then turn around. Sometimes it will tap a couple cents off VWAP. And I entertained the idea of doing what I did yesterday, setting my hard stop. I was going to set it up here at 98.25. And then, on the road, if this thing washed out and gave me a nice move, go ahead and cover it on my phone. I just have it up and I can cover it real quick. But I said, no, this stock has the ability to pop up pretty quick. So I went ahead and took it off here at 97.99. And on the next candle, it tapped VWAP. And in the next candle, we got a nice little wash. And we made a low here of 97.59. So I did leave some on the table by having to cover, but that's just part of what I have to do. I have to leave every day to pick the kids up. That's my job. That's my trade-off for being allowed to stay home and trade. So got to do it. But, this was a good move, a good way to end the day. A nice profit day, kind of makes up for yesterday. Yesterday was a pretty slow day. Um, I don't even know how much I made yesterday. Probably around $600-700 at the most. I can't even remember. That's just how bad it was. But that was my day. Hopefully we'll have some good watches for tomorrow. It's just been kind of slow. I guess summer's starting a little bit earlier than normal, but we'll see. The good thing about this, you can make money when the market's slow. You can make it when it's fast. You just have to adapt. And you just don't change your strategies, you just adapt your strategies. And, that's what I'm prepared to do going into the summer again. So that's it for me today. Everybody have a great evening, great night, and I'll see you tomorrow in chat.